Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriam. I want to start a new series where I talk about my travel experience every time I travel. Today I'll be talking about my Las Vegas experience. I went to Vegas this past February for my birthday. So I want to give you some good info, whether you're preparing to travel to Vegas or you're just here just for entertainment because you like me. But I am going to eat some spicy ramen. I have an egg with it and some jalapeno. There's a lot of panhandling going on. Everybody's trying to make a couple of bucks, okay? You have people trying to sell bracelets, some try to sell me socks, someone's trying to invite me to a party. It's like Jamaica Avenue 2.0, Times Square 2.0. And everybody's going to ask you something. As soon as you step outside your hotel, somebody wants something. Now let me tell you how to deal with that. One, it's to ignore them. Keep your eye on your destination and you don't have to say anything, just ignore them. I'm that type of person that doesn't like to ignore people, so I would say no thank you. Anytime I said no thank you and I made eye contact with them, they knew they got me because I looked towards a direction and I spoke to them. So they tried to persuade me even further to come to their party. If you're not that type of person that can't ignore, then you're just gonna have to walk past or just try to avoid. Like I remember one time we were on like the right hand side of the strip and we passed someone trying to sell us something. We left, we came back and we're like, oh shoot, we're gonna pass by the same person. So we took the bridge over to the left hand side just to try to avoid them. If people ask you the following, here are the answers to give. Oh, when are you leaving Vegas? You say today. You don't say when you're actually leaving, you say today, so they don't bother you. How old are you? If you can get away with it, say 17. Now, if you can't get away with it, then go with my first advice, which is to ignore them. For example, they're gonna be like, are you interested in the Circus Olay show? It's 50% off. And you're like, yeah, like Circus Olay is cool. They got you, they roped you in, and then sooner or later you'll find out that it's a setup, it's a scam. Like you have to pay for something or you have to watch a video, but the video is like 3 hours long. It's not what you think it is. Nothing is for free. So we stayed at Treasure Island on the strip. It was a pretty nice hotel. It wasn't anything fancy like the Cosmopolitan Hotel or like Caesar's Palace or anything like that. But it was affordable, it was good, and I felt safe. However, you're allowed to smoke in the hotel and several other hotels. So it does smell like cigarette. Even our hotel room, the actual room, smelled like smoke. I don't like that. Like, I'm not into all that secondhand smoking stuff. But that's one thing to keep in mind is that like everywhere it smells like smoke. And a lot of the hotels, there's casinos inside of it. So people are kind of in and out. It's not like your regular hotels where like if you go through the door, you stay there, or you know someone there. Like no one's checking if you actually are staying at the hotel. People are in and out, so anyone can go inside. Keep that in mind. But I didn't have a bad experience. It just smelled like smoke, and I don't like the smell of smoke. I don't like that. So we didn't rent a car when we went to Vegas. Most of the activities that we wanted to do was on the strip, so we didn't need a car. There were like two places that we went to. Was like the Fremont Experience. I have a lot to say about that one. And the Rio, where we had to take an Uber. But I mean, it was pretty close. I think it was like less than $15. So if you plan on staying on the strip, you really don't need a car. You'll do fine without it. So you don't necessarily have to go outside the strip to have fun. There's lots of things to do, and I'm about to tell you all the activities we did on the strip and outside the strip. So we went to the Madame Tussauds Museum, we went on the high roller. Of course, we walked the strip, and that's let alone like a day or two activity. We went to the fountain show, we went to the Grand Canal shops. botanical gardens, the volcano show at the Mirage, and then within each hotel there's casinos, there's different activities that you could, you know, do in each hotel. There's lots of free things that you could do. The botanical garden is free. You take lots of pictures and look at all of the flowers and plants. They have the volcano show, which is like, I forget the time, so it was like 7 or 8 p.m. and I think it's like 5 or 10 minutes long. It was really nice to see outside. They have the fountain show, which goes on I think like every 5 or 10 minutes. There are a couple of things to do for free, and there's like more than 3 malls on the strip. The strip is pretty long, so you have lots of things to do. You really don't have to spend too much money. It's up to you how much you want to spend. There's a lot of free stuff to do. The gondola boat rides. I'm gonna add some pictures so you guys know what I'm talking about. But they're basically these boats. A gondola is a person who rows a boat. You're on a boat, they sing to you, and it lasts for a couple of minutes. I was excited to do it. You know, I created the itinerary beforehand. I saw that it was about like $40 per person. I was like, ooh, that's a little pricey for a boat ride. But I was like, okay, hey, I'm in Vegas. So when I was there, it rained for a couple of days, so it was closed. They opened it back up, and we saw a sign there, and it said for one couple it costs $150. Pricey. This is really expensive, and it wasn't like a large body of water. It wasn't a lake. Okay, it was a small area. So they have 2 gondola rides. They have one outside and they have one inside. I can't remember where it is, like what building, but there's one outside, there's one inside. The one outside was $150. I don't remember how many minutes, but I wasn't going to pay that much for you to sing to me for, I don't know, maybe less than 20 minutes. So I thought that was a scam. Now, mind you, I think it was that much because it was Valentine's Day week. So they spiked up the prices. And I think that's why the sign said couples only $150. I think that's why. So I think normally it's $40, but I mean, $40 is I don't know, like a museum ticket. And at a museum, you can stay there for a couple of hours. The gondola ride doesn't last an hour. So it's up to you what you want to do. So a place that we wanted to go to was called Fremont Experience. Now look at these pictures. Does it look nice? Isn't this something that you would want to experience and go to? Yeah, that's what we thought. Once we got there, I was like, okay, like it was dark, it was a little dirty, people were kind of hanging around, there was like trash on the ground. I was like, I know I didn't spend $12 on Uber to come here. We spent less than 10 minutes there. I was like, this is not it. Nice. I don't know, there was like a lot of people hanging around, you know, there was a lot of homeless people asking for money. It's not like there's Forever 21. There's stores are like convenience stores, and there was like a massage place. I don't know. I wouldn't have gone there if I had known. Okay, Las Vegas is definitely a walking place. Bring your shoes. Of course, the week that I went was the week of Valentine's Day, so you saw some people with heels and all that, but it's not gonna last long. Like, bring sneakers. I wore Birkenstocks for a couple of days, and my feet were just hurting. It was hurting me because, remember, the strip is just so long. We didn't even finish the strip. There were a couple of stores that we didn't go to. We were close to finishing it, but it's just too long. So definitely bring some sneakers. This is not a place where you want to look cute and bring your heels and all that and wedges. No. Maybe you can bring your wedges and heels just for like a dinner, okay, but change into sneakers. You're gonna be walking a lot if you're on the strip. If you're a person that eats extremely healthy and likes to eat salads and, I don't know, turkey burgers and whole wheat pasta, then you're gonna have a tough time finding food. I remember I was so thirsty. Every place I went to, they didn't have a smoothie. I was looking for a smoothie. I was looking for a tropical smoothie. All they had was drinks. You know, it's a place that, you know, you can carry around drinks and beers and all of that. And all they had was like sodas, drinks, and all that. I was into that. All I wanted was a smoothie. I walked for 20 minutes trying to look for a smoothie place. I finally went to the shopping center. Remember, there's whole bunch of shopping centers on the Strip. I went inside one and I found Jamba Juice. I was like, thank the Lord. I was like, finally a smoothie place. But I mean, of course, every restaurant will have, you know, salads on the menu. But if you're looking for something more than salads and you're like, I don't know, a vegan or something, you're not gonna find like a lot of healthy places. Like, I'm talking about, you're not gonna find like True Food Kitchen or like Bella Green if you know, are familiar with those restaurants, or you're like, or Original Chop Shop. You're not gonna find like healthy sandwich places like that, you know, on the Strip. It's just like they have like fries, pasta, you know, burgers, steaks, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. If you don't care about that and you're like, hey, I'm here for vacation, then you're good, but just know that. Hey, congrats if you made it to the end of this video. Hope you guys found it interesting. Let me know if you have any questions down below. If you're from Vegas, like, let people know down below some of your tips. Let me know how you feel about the stuff that I said about where you live. I hope you guys found it interesting. Definitely subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Overall, I really enjoyed my trip to Las Vegas. I give it a 7 out of 10. I did deduct some points because of the panhandling, my bad experience with Fremont Experience, and the overall food options. But I highly recommend Las Vegas.